Hello and welcome to this face-off. Okay, this is going to be a knife versus video, okay, between the Spyderco Bug in the right corner and the SOG Micron Tanto in the left corner. Actually, it would be down here, wouldn't it? Yeah. Okay, so this is the face-off, okay, between these two knives. They're two very small knives, okay? That's the first point I'd like to make. Here's a 6-inch ruler. Okay. Made in England. Now, obviously with the millimetres, the SOG measures up about 50 millimetres, okay? The Bug measures up slightly smaller at about 42 millimetres or 41 millimetres. Okay, now these are two very small knives, okay? If you're on a budget and you just want a small knife as a backup blade, backup knife, one that you just want to throw somewhere in your pocket, coat pocket, wallet, bottom of your bag, wherever, and it's there when you need it, this video will basically explain which one to buy. Okay, so these are two very small knives. I'll talk about the Spyderco Bug first of all. This Spyderco Bug is it's from their value range. Okay, we can remove the ruler now. We get the message. Okay, Spyderco Bug is it's from their value range. It opens, I'd say two-handedly. Oops, two-handedly. Okay, even though it does have a Spidey hole. Okay. It says Spyderco on there. It also says China on there. I have cut myself on this knife more than any of my other knives. And if you've seen all of my knife reviews, that is a lot. Okay? But I've cut myself more on this one. Why? Is there something magical about it? Is it, has it been enchanted? Has the edge been enchanted? What's the deal, Super Saiyan? Well, the deal is the closing mechanism, really. Anything from about there, I'm just fighting with it. Anything from about there, and you're in what I refer to as the danger zone, okay? Where the business end of the knife will try and hurt you, okay? Slight pressure, bam, okay? And that's quite strong. If the little finger is anywhere near that, yeah, you basically remove your fingerprint. Okay, so you've got to be really careful with the close. Openings are doddle, quite fine. Okay, but I've lubed it up. I've done everything I can. You can't really open it to kind of release that tension spring, I suppose. But there you go. Opening it's fine. Ergonomics. It seems really strange to me doing ergonomics on this small knife, but it's a two-finger job. You got your thumb there, no jimping, but your two-finger job, and it nestles there. Excellent. Through packages, brilliant. Okay, the steel doesn't say it on there, but I'll tell you what it is. The steel on this knife, as well as the Honeybee, is a 3CR 13 MOV. Okay, now that is very similar to 8CR 13 MOV used in the Spyderco Grasshopper, the Tenacious, other knives in that kind of range. Okay, now 3CR 13 MOV is probably quite similar to the 8CR. Okay, however, 3CR, in my understanding, I'd actually say that has less carbon. I mean, it just makes sense, okay? And therefore, if it does have less carbon, okay, that would mean that it would be kind of harder, but it wouldn't be as tough, if that makes sense, okay? So, because genuinely, if it does have more carbon, it will be softer. See where I'm going with this? Okay. So it's harder steel, but it has less toughness. By toughness, I mean edge retention, really. Okay. Now, this isn't high quality steel by any imagination. It's It was quite cheap steel. I'm not afraid to say that. You will need to touch this up now and again, but as I've mentioned, I have cut myself on this knife quite a few times, so you can get it sharp, okay? That's the Spyderco Bug. You could pick one of these up for about £7. Yes, you heard me right, £7, okay? Now, that is very cheap. It's even cheaper if you bought the Slip It set. I think if you bought the Slip It set, in a way, you're kind of getting this knife for free, okay? With the money that you're saving. Spyderco Bug, I've talked in length on that one. Let's talk about the SOG Micron, okay? Now, SOG love to talk up their knives, they really do. This knife so it's made in China, as you can see, made in China. So, yeah, again, I think it's an American company. So another American company making more things in China. There we go. Because if it was made in America, let's face it, that wouldn't be £7. That would be £20 or £30 probably. Okay, so that's why. All right. Anyway, this SOG Micron. Okay, it's opening it. It's a two-handed job. Stops there and then goes to the back. It does have a nail nick rather than a spidey hole, and the blade type is a tanto shape. Very good for piercing. However, this came as blunt as anything. Okay, I mean, for one, it came in like a vacuum pack type plastic thing, one of those horrible packages that it's hard to get into with just a pair of scissors. And then when you did get it out, there's no. I wonder why they make them so blunt, because even a very sharp knife wouldn't be able to force its way out of one of those packages. Anyway, enough about that. So that's the deployment, two-handed, tanto blade shape, very blunt. It is a two-finger grip. You can't fit a three-finger no matter how hard you try. And the most hilarious thing about this knife is the jimping. Yeah, it has jimping. So that will give you purchase, but in the action of you getting purchase on it, you'll start to bend it anyway. Yeah, see where that's going? Okay, so yeah, I don't really get that. Another thing to say, it does have a lanyard hole, like the Bug, and it is larger. Okay, just the comfortability of it though, it's not as comfortable as the Bug because it's thinner. It's a lot thinner profile. Why they've done that, I don't know. Maybe they got hooked up on their own SOG design, but it's very light. It is lighter than the Bug. Okay, I believe. We'll do a little the weight for the actual SOG. They say that the weight is 0.5 ounces. Okay, so we'll just check that out. Yeah, 0.36 ounce. Well, 0.4 ounces. There we go. And the Bug, 0.3 ounces. So actually, I'm afraid that the Bug is lighter. So, that's that. The blade length. Okay, I should have done this earlier. I do apologise, but for the Micron, the blade length to the tanto point is the cutting edge is about 38 millimeters. Okay, 3.6 centimeters. Inches wise, you're talking about just under 1.5 inches. For the Bug, that blade length is smaller. It's 1.25 inches, or about 29 centimeters, millimeters. Sorry, should have done that earlier. But there we go. It's just a versus video. So comfortability wise, yeah, the Bug does beat it there. Okay, because this is just very thin. All right, it's very thin. It's almost like they designed a knife that was light, with a decent profile, you know, blade shape, but then they just made it really thin. I mean, yeah, I understand they made it thin for putting it in your pocket in a wallet to reduce the weight, even though the Bug is lighter, may I add. But yeah, they just made it thin, and as a result, for me, it's almost too thin to find purchase and to use effectively. Okay, but there we go. Another point to make is this little pivot thing. Look at that, it just goes straight through, alright, and I would not trust my life on that whatsoever. Okay, that just, to me, and that's that and the kind of back spring, the only things holding it together. Okay, and I just feel that when you're opening and closing this, it's just the way that Spyderco have built the blade into this back spring area is just more solid. It clicks into place either way. It feels more solid opening, whereas this, I might add, is just, it feels loose there, like left and right. It doesn't snap there. It snaps open, but just there it feels really, really sketchy. Okay, but there we go. So, and then we come down to price. Okay, so like I said, one of these set you back about £7. One of these set you back about £15. Okay, so that's double the price. Double the price. I'm not bashing SOG or anything, but seriously, £15. How much does it cost you guys to make one of these? £1? Maybe £2? That's a large markup, I'll tell you that. Talk about the blade steel, the blunt blade steel, because this is out of the box. Okay, blade steel type is 420. Okay, pretty low end. All right, that 420 blade steel, I would actually say it's worse than 3CR. Okay, 420 it has more carbon in it than 410, but it's softer, but it has a higher toughness. And by softer, they actually say it's Rockwell hardness scale of 51 to 53. Now, one of these probably about 56 to 58, similar to the 8CR. Okay, so quite soft. All right, quite soft. Quite blunt, unfortunately. Blade steel. Okay, but overall, I was very happy with the Spyderco Bug. Alright, for the money, £7, you just can't go wrong, you really can't. There's just nothing that comes close. And the SOG Micron, I was obviously hugely disappointed. SOG are a good name. I do have a couple more SOG knives in my collection, and they're fine. They fulfill a function things. But just this one was just, I got it because of the UK legal knife carry options, and that's the only reason. Okay, yeah, I like the look of it in a way, but I don't think I'd buy a Micron 2 or anything like that. Anyway, so the winner with a huge margin, better steel, much more usability, more comfortable, better closing back spring, better looking. It has to be the Spyderco Bug, I'm afraid. It is the winner. It just beats that Micron, hands down, and when you think of it, you could get 2 of those for that. Hey, for less money than that, you could actually get a Spyderco Grasshopper. Yeah, I think that's probably a better way of looking at things. What would you go for? And remember, this one's got 8CR 13 MOV, not 3CR. Okay, so even better blade steel. However, if you don't want to spend, if you want to spend somewhere in between, both of those, and you don't want to spend £7 or 14 or £15, you could obviously buy a Victorinox little standard penknife, which has decent enough blade steel, which is, yeah, it's quite soft, but it's easy to sharpen, and you have all the functions and some scissors as well. Okay, so it's up to you. Okay, but that's another option to take into account. But overall, I'd definitely recommend the Spyderco Bug. Sorry, SOG, but for the price, I don't feel that that knife is worth it. But the Spyderco Bug, yeah, go for it. Okay, thanks again for watching. Take care.